I think if you think back to people you've known that have expressed, gratitude to you, not just saying thank you, but actually doing things. My guess is those are the people that you find more fond feelings towards. Well, I'm glad I put a smile on your faces this morning. That was my sole
Oh, for
objective.
sure.
All right. Well, we're running a little bit late because of technical difficulties. So let me get things started here, and I'll try to transition between both computers because I had some points of references here. But really, what I wanted to expand upon is last week's Thankful Thursday, and talk about kind of the differences between being thankful and showing or having gratitude, and kind of the differences. And I think it works well because it actually talks about, as Charlie mentioned, that thankfulness is more the thought, and gratitude is an action, uh, in large part based upon that thought. Of which gratitude it can be more powerful because you're actually putting into action, the things that you're feeling. The one definition I found is being thankful is more about expressing a feeling, like saying thank you. When someone holds open a door, when you practice gratitude, you're showing an action for someone or something or someone that you appreciate, such as expressing your gratitude with a personalized thank you note. So, putting into practice the thankfulness that we have, I think there's a lot of power in that. And I think I briefly mentioned I'm super grateful that my girlfriend has she expresses a lot of gratitude towards things, more so than I've seen in a lot of people. But I'm, being a recipient, I really enjoy it. And I think if you think back to people you've known that have expressed, gratitude to you, not just saying thank you, but actually doing things. My guess is those are the people that you find more fond feelings towards. Merriam-Webster defines thankfulness as a conscious, you're being conscious of benefits received. Okay, so thanks for opening the door, right? Where Merriam-Webster defines thankful as appreciative of benefits received, in a way of expressing appreciation with or without an act. The way of to live an enriching or fulfilling life is to live with gratefulness. The key is to keep gratitude at the forefront of your life when you focus your mind on how privileged you are, and it makes it easy for you to want to bless other people and express your deep sense of appreciation toward other things. So this is kind of that, in line with those rose-colored glasses that I mentioned. Kind of the more optimistic somebody is, the longer life, the more joy-filled life, the more peaceful life that they statistically experience. So I just think there's a lot to be said for that. And I came across a reference here, a quote from Melody Beattie. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. And it says, "Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow." I think those are all pretty powerful things. perspective, right?
For sure.
And thinking about it a little bit more, whether maybe it's yourself too. Maybe you want to speak to your gratitudes, your evening gratitudes, and how it's changed you. Or again, if you've come, somebody's come to mind um, that has been kind of overly or uniquely grateful.
Well, Jared, a couple things. One is I try more to surround myself with the people who are more like that. And so um I believe that the group that of us men in that we're with brothers in Christ or whatever that we have, I would say there's pretty much all of them are in that way. Um, my daughter's mom is the same way. I think for us, um, what we do for each other and how we've done the things that we've done to raise our daughter. I mean, it's just the gratitude within each other I think, is phenomenal with the kind of relationship that we have. I myself have to say that for the longest time, was very negative, always pissed off, just the world crashing down on me all the time, and always blaming others for the things that were going on. It wasn't until I ended up reading a thing that stated, one of the great things that could end up changing your life is if you go to bed with a grateful heart, and just try writing 3 different gratitudes of what your day was like, down on paper. And that way your brain is hitting the pillow with such gratitude. When I started doing that in, I believe, 2014. It totally changed my life. I got the opportunity to take a look at the things that were going on throughout my day that I started becoming really grateful. So having a gratitude or a grateful heart is pretty amazing, and the changes that it can make within yourselves is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we as humans know the difference when we're receiving it. We can tell the difference with somebody being thankful, and we can tell the difference by somebody who's actually grateful for the things that we do. So, I mean, that's just my take.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all pretty powerful stuff. You can live life and just kind of bump around. My original thoughts on this Thankful Thursday were, especially as the market's turning and there's a little bit of uncertainty, doubt, maybe for some there's fear, but we can pretty comfortably, just by virtue of where we live and being upright in the morning, which are pretty basic items. Like we live in not even really arguably the best country in the world. I think one of the best states in the country, and best cities in the state. We have a lot to be grateful just by virtue of that, and the fact that we're on this call. We're all pretty healthy for the most part. That those alone should put a lot of perspective on our day.
Sorry, but I gotta say, false. Twin Falls is better.
He said one of the best. He didn't say the
best. Thanks, Mark.
For sure.
Mark's like, right, she can't come on the calls anymore.
No, you can't.
But I just think having those, and I like I said the other day, make it a great day. Call your children. Say be thankful. Have gratitude that you have. Children. Whatever in your life that you take kind of for granted. Most people don't have, driving, in your car or what have you. But anyway, I don't want to make it so basic. I do want to get to the point where we're talking about triumphs and reasons to be thankful specifically in our real estate career. But I think it needs to start, from the basics. One, in our head. We've talked about that, right? And we now know that thankfulness is a thought, and we know that thoughts turn into emotions, which turn into actions, and gratefulness is now an action. And I would argue that an action that is seldom performed. I think they're seeing people that show a lot of gratitude these days makes me feel like I'm not very good at it, and I need to be better at it. And I can see a lot of power in actually putting those feelings and emotions into action, not just for myself, but for other people as well. What's your thoughts on that, Andrew? What's been your experience? He's still on mute. Oh, there he is.
There we go. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say I really liked what you said, Mark. And that's something that I am trying to do. I haven't been consistent about it, but just thinking about the 3 things that I'm thankful for right before bed. Because the biggest thing for me is my morning mindset. And so I just really want to focus more on, just to keep it simple, those 3 things, just to start the day off right and keep that mindset to the best of my ability throughout the day.
Well, how about you, Carissa?
No, kind of relating it though to real estate and everything that we do with that we have with gratitude. A lot of the things that we may be seeing, whether it be with our sellers or buyers, we as agents, some of us may get them what we call the thank you gifts, that you take, or a closing gift you take to them. And I've been shocked at my last couple ones, the gratitude coming from either my buyers or sellers, because the market is changing. I'm grateful for them because guess what? They're paying me in a sense, and I'm continuing to have an influx of money come to my life, but I'm changing their life and creating memories and getting them into things for their family. But it's not just the buyers and sellers that are doing it. Having that gratefulness towards the lenders, title companies, everybody that we're working with. I try to go about once a month to those that I really do work with and express my gratitude towards them, because without them, none of the deals that I'm doing would all be happening.
Yeah.
Great point.
Recognizing those around me and expressing that gratitude towards them. And in the end, you get things back, which I think is great.
Yep, for sure.
Well said. Yeah, I think, a natural human bent, inclination is to look at the negatives, right? When the market was busy, I thought it was interesting that we could still find things to complain about. Now that the market is correcting, adjusting, it's obviously really easy to think about things to complain about. But I think it's more beneficial and healthier to look at the things that we have to be grateful about, specifically in real estate. Is I do have some clients to reach out to. If I don't, have any, if I have some, be super grateful that you do. If you do, be super grateful that we're, moving things forward and we're working well together. Whatever it is that can be looked upon positively as opposed to negatively. I don't have any, so therefore I'm going to be bummed and not reach out to anybody, or I have people and they're, a little frustrating, or, whatever. Flip the script, flip the perspective. Sometimes obviously, all clients have different pace, and sometimes we can be frustrated that their pace is slow because we know what's going on. But really it should be, I'm just thankful and grateful, and I'm gonna show them gratitude that we're working together. So again, it's a mind thing, just as most things are, and it's a perspective thing. We are a little past time, and I thought, probably the best way to kind of wrap this up is to repeat Melody Beattie's quote. I just found it super beneficial, and I want to say it for me to settle in a little bit more, and hopefully it's beneficial for you as well. But gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for our day, and creates a vision for tomorrow. I think that's powerful.
Yep, Gracious very much.
All right, guys. Hope you have a blessed day.
Okay, you too. Thanks.
Thanks.